This is Marc Rudov, branding advisor to CEOs and author of 2 books on branding. My newest one is Brand is Destiny, the ultimate bottom line. And my first book, Be Unique or Be Ignored, the CEO's Guide to Branding. You need to put both of those on your desk and read them. Welcome to Marc Rudov TV. Today's topic, names matter. And the reason names matter is because words matter. You can't just throw words out there. They have to have meaning because words matter to the audience. And if you just throw words out there, that means you have no regard for the audience and no regard for your brand. And if you have no regard for your brand, you don't have one. Now, when it comes to names, you have to be very clever and you have to be strategic. Now, there are certain industries like pharmaceuticals and financial services where you can't just use any names because there's government regulation. But even within the requirements of the government, you still can be clever and strategic, and you cannot be random. Have you ever heard of TRONC? T-R-O-N-C, TRONC? It stands for Tribune Online Content. When the Tribune Company divided into two, putting TV assets on one side and news assets on the other, they decided to call the news assets TRONC. Either somebody who smacked into a brick wall and was unconscious developed this name, or most likely a committee came up with it. It's ridiculous. Tribune Online Content. This proves that it's a functional name and that is not branding. Branding consists of connecting with the audience. And when you choose a name for a company or a product, there are 2 requirements. First, you make sure it fits the brand. Then, you have to test it on your prospective audience or your current audience. And you do that by expressing the name in front of real people. Not on social media, but in front of real people. See their faces, see their eyes, look at their body language, get their reactions. Because either those names are going to resonate or they're not. You know from my books, in my articles, in previous videos, that there are 3 essential components of branding. And the same 3 components apply to names. Because names are part of branding. React, remember, repeat. Those are my 3 R's. React, remember, repeat. People don't react to anything if they have no emotions. Those reactions have to be positive. With TRONC, I had a negative reaction. TRONC sounds like whooping cough. It's disgusting. It's stupid. If people have positive reactions, then they can remember the names. And if they remember the names, then they can repeat the names. Because now you have a built-in sales force. If people have bad reactions or no reactions, then they're not going to remember anything. And if they don't remember it, then they can't repeat it. And if they can't repeat it, then you don't have an extended sales force, meaning no sales. Now, you might recall an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer noticed that Frank Costanza, George's father, had man boobs, and he decided he wanted to solve that problem. He wanted to create an undergarment specifically designed for men. And his idea for the name was Bro. When he presented it to Frank, and Frank really liked the product, Frank said, "We have to do something about that name. I prefer Manzier." So they started fighting over the name. But they didn't fight over the name because they had customer feedback. They fought between themselves. And of course, that's invalid. Watch the clip.
How does that feel?
This feels very comfortable.
You see?
I feel 10 years younger.
Yeah, and your posture's a lot better. Look at you.
And I can breathe easier, too.
I told you. Now, Frank, listen, here's what I'm thinking. Now, you have a friend in the bra business, right?
Of course, Sid Farkas. He's the best in the business.
Here's our chance. What do you say? It'll be me, you, and the bro. Let's do it!
Except we gotta do something about the name.
Why? What's wrong with bro?
No, bro's no good. Too ethnic.
All right, you got something better?
How about, the Manzier?
Manzier.
That's right. A brassiere for a man. The Manzier, get it?
Well, you scared her off. We may never see Mom again.
Hey, George, what do you like better? The Bro or the Manzier?
Dad, we need to talk.
Now that clip was hilarious because Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David are comic geniuses. Hilarious. But people have fights like that all the time inside their companies without ever checking with the prospective audience. And I guarantee you the people at the Tribune never tested the name Tronc. They just developed it, and now it represents the ticker symbol for the company and everything. Don't make the mistake of Tronc. Don't become a trunk. Choose names that really apply to your brand, meaning the value proposition that you are delivering to your customers, and ensure that the name resonates with them. Again, react, remember, repeat. And you can't know that until you test it on them. And don't use a committee. A few people who know what the hell they're doing, that's how you choose names. If you need help with this, I'm here for you. Contact me, Marc Rudov, at marcrudov.com.